Hello, my friends. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the live stream. I am so glad that you decided to join me for this hour of Q&A time. Of course, so if you looked at the title, I got a little something fun. A little something fun. And I guess I'll get into that in the morning. In the morning. Y'all are gonna have to forgive me. I'm real tired. I'm real tired. Aunt Flo is here and she's just like, I feel like it's a bizarre thing to say. Like, I feel actually really good, but I woke up this morning and just felt like, and I think I've used this analogy before, but it's just the clearest analogy that I can possibly give. It's kind of like the weight of movement and the cost of movement kind of feels like I'm flowing through like honey, like that. It's like that sort of movement where everything's a little bit like sticky and a little bit slow and just a little bit heavy. I woke up feeling like that this morning and I was like, oh good, it's going to be a fabulous day. And don't get me wrong, I've gotten so much done today. All of it took place at my computer. I can't tell you how many times today my Apple Watch has yelled at me because it's like, you got to stand up, you got 10 minutes left in the hour, you got to stand up. It's fine. Um, but if the brain's a little slow firing today, that's what's happening. But we're here and I'm really excited because I decided to do a little something fun today. I do have to check Instagram because I know I saw some last minute questions pop in for the Q&A part of our discussion, but I was like, who else can I ask for questions? And I don't know if you've heard of this thing called ChatGPT, but I have been playing with ChatGPT and it is a fascinating, almost to the point of being scary piece of technology. And so today I decided to ask ChatGPT to ask me questions. So I gave it a couple of prompts. I'm like, ask me 25 random questions. Ask me 10 questions that you would ask to get to know me better. Ask me 20 questions that you would ask a weight loss coach and wellness coach. That was two separate prompts. And this silly piece of technology comes up with those questions. It asks you those questions. So I decided to go ahead and use some of those questions this week. I thought it would be fun. But first, let's see who's here. We've got Lissa. Hi, Lissa. And Lauren and Julie. Hello, Lauren. Lauren. You, guess what's on my agenda for places I need to go tomorrow? Yes, it is my favorite crumble cookie week of the entire year. It is Easter crumble cookie week. And so it is happy anniversary to me for being, I think this is the third Easter. So 2 years ago, I guess 3 years ago, 3 years ago, this week, Easter week, I had my first crumble cookie experience and it was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We were driving back from Florida and we stopped in Murfreesboro and we happened to be right near Crumble Cookies. And you better believe that I made my husband, I looked at when it opened and it opened at 8 a.m. And I was like, we are going to Crumble Cookies before we leave this city. And we did. And I got a carrot cake cookie and it was, to this day, it's my favorite crumble cookie. And I will confirm that again for you tomorrow when I go and get some. But also last year, when Easter week rolled around, and of course we have a crumble right by us now, so I can go to crumble whenever the heck I want. And I haven't been in quite some time, actually. I've kind of been waiting for this day to come because I'm like, oh, Easter week, it's either going to be this week or next week. And if I happened to be in Florida, I know where there's a crumble cookie. It's not as convenient as ours, but I could have gotten my hands on it if I had to. So last year I went to Crumble and my husband fully expected me to go. He's like, go buy your cookies, whatever. So I bought two of the carrot cake cookies, two of the flavor of that week, which was lemon bar cookies, and then one of each of the other specials of the week. Lemon bar is back this week too, y'all. And let me tell you, the lemon bar cookie, so good. So stinking good. So tomorrow I'd be bringing home a 6-pack of crumble and we're just going to slice and dice them. They're easy to track because all the nutrition information is in their app. So it's super easy to track. You just use your little food scale and adjust accordingly and it's all good. And oh my gosh. So Lauren, I appreciate that you acknowledge that it is my favorite crumble cookie week of the year. Hi Trudy, good to see you. ChatGPT is astounding. I know it's crazy. I have asked it so many crazy things, and the stuff that it gives me is absolutely bonkers. It is such a fun thing to play with. Hi, Kim. Kim, guess what's getting delivered tomorrow? Miss Kim here. Remember last week? Was it last week? Maybe 2 weeks ago when she told us about Costco having the Ninja Creamy, and I literally went while we were on live stream and I was like, it appears to be sold out. Well, Miss Kim messaged me the other day and was like, guess what's back in stock? Go, go, go. And I hemmed and I hawed about it. And then I decided to just say, screw it. And I ordered the thing and it's going to be delivered tomorrow. And my husband doesn't even know it's coming. I don't care. I'm so excited. I am so excited about this thing. And our weather is supposed to get warmer, knock on wood, supposed to get warmer, where this weekend eating ice cream might be an acceptable thing to do for me. So I'm real pumped. I'm real pumped. So Kim, you are officially to blame for the Ninja Creamy being in my home as of tomorrow if UPS delivers it on time. I'm pumped. Going to Starbucks for new crumble. Yes, it is the week. If there is a week to go to crumble cookies, do it this week for me. Get yourself a carrot cake cookie with or without nuts. I asked for them without nuts because my husband does not like nuts in any of his desserts. So I don't care. Whatever, it's fine. But I asked for them without nuts. And get yourself carrot cake cookie with or without nuts and think of me as you eat it. Or if carrot cake's not your jam or you feel compelled to get a lemon bar one and think of me. Message me, take a picture and tag me. I don't care. I want to share the glory that is Easter week at Crumble Cookie. Happy Crumbleversary. Yes. Look at that. We're on the same wavelength. Well, you haven't tried it yet because you got to freeze things for 24 hours. Tell me, what is the first thing you're going to make, Kim? What is the first thing you're going to make? You know what I saw? I think one of the first things I'm going to do, although I have to go and buy the stuff, I saw somebody on TikTok literally make chocolate ice cream with better stats than Halo Top out of Fairlife chocolate milk. That was literally all she used. It was just Fairlife chocolate milk. And it was 2 cups. It was like 280 calories and 26 grams of protein. That's it. She just put Fairlife milk in the thing. Not the nutrition shakes, the chocolate milk, like that my niece drinks. And she was like, it was great. It was awesome. And I was like, this is amazing. Have you had the double fudge brownie? I have not, but is that the other one that's there? I plan on picking up. My order is going to be 2 carrot cake, 2 lemon, and then 1 of each of the other weekly specials. The really, really chocolatey one, and then I think iced oatmeal cookie. So I'll let y'all know. But yes, go tomorrow and let me know what you think of them because, they're just so good. They're so good. Kayla, hi. Carrot cake was great, but I think lemon, I don't disagree with you. Out of principle, I have to say carrot cake's my number 1. It's epic. It's delicious. But last year when I tried lemon bar, it kind of blew my mind. It's really good. They are absolutely exceptional this week. I want a creamy. I have Yo Nanas. We used to have Yo Nanas too. And we did it for a hot second. And we have not reached for that thing in years. We've probably had it for 8 years, which seems crazy to me. But I'm like, no, I've almost been married for 10 years. So we've had it for a long time. We used it back when we got it, but I don't know. Banana sorbet in the freezer and good old vanilla ice cream. Oh, I'm so excited. You'll have to whip it up and send me a picture tomorrow, please, because I'm so excited to try it. All the new things. Good things are coming this week, you guys. Good things are coming. Speaking of that, let's talk about some highs and some lows this week. My high, okay. So my high is definitely absolutely, first of all, it is Easter week at Crumble Cookie. Can't let that go remiss, unnoticed, which we obviously haven't. Second is we had small group on Monday and it was lovely as always. But thirdly, the ladies of small group all got together on Sunday. All of us, the 4 young couple women, and then the host, who is they've been married for 35 years, so they're older. she came too and like actually arranged it and put all of us girls in a thread on texting and was like, hey, let's get together. Blah, blah. So we went out and we sat and we chatted for 2.5 hours on Sunday afternoon. And it was just lovely. It was absolutely lovely. And then today we started the younger women, we started a thread because I made a comment at Bible study. One of the girls wanted to expressed her need for more discipline in reading her Bible and had us pray over her for discipline and whatever. And I think that's wonderful. And so afterwards, I pulled her aside and I was like, hey, I have a ton of Bible studies from She Reads Truth and Daily Grace Co., which I don't know, it's just out of frame. You guys can't see, but it's a whole like 3/4 of a shelf full of Bible studies. And I was like, if you ever want one of them, please let me bring it to you. You can borrow it. It's not a big deal. And so today she actually started a thread with a bunch of books and he's like, do any of you ladies want to read these? Do you want these? Whatever. And so I sent pictures of my Bible studies and I had multiple people request to borrow from the library of my Bible studies. And I was like, what a great simple way for me to like take full advantage of the fact that I'm an over shopper and have 5 billion Bible studies, but like share them with people, let other people use them. And so I'm really excited to be able to just use that as an opportunity to reach out to these girls who I'm becoming friends with. And I think it's wonderful. And I just noticed, oh my goodness, my little baby hairs. Oh well, be blessed by this mess. Oh my goodness, there ain't no saving that. So that was my high. My low, my low. We had to delay our Florida trip, which is fine because we built in a whole 2 weeks. The funeral's not actually until like next weekend, because the C word got a hold of my in-laws, which is fine. It was due to happen. It's been 3 years and they hadn't had it yet. So fine, whatever. But so we had to change travel, make sure everybody's okay, like all of that. But it's fine. They will be fine. Everything is fine. It's the most minor inconvenience ever. It's fine. It's all fine. So let's see. I'm going to start with lows because it relates to my high. I have a bit of a cough again. I'm sad about the weather starting to warm up, and the lipstick I thought I loved turned out to be a flop. Oh no, that's the worst. I feel like lip stains will be your best friend, but you got to find the right one. One of these days, mark my words, y'all, I'm going to try the Wonder Skin, like the one that goes on blue. Like, I want to try it. I just haven't been able to justify hitting the purchase button yet. Hi, Andy. Good to see you. There he is. Oh, are you in the hospital again? I'm sorry. One of my highs is I think I found something that will work. And I did my quarterly goal assessment and my score for relationships skyrocketed. I love that. I love that. And I'm so happy for you about that. That's great. Speaking of like oh yay, more highs. I got a Ninja Creamy. Yes. My MRI high grade tears on both sides of your left elbow, surgery needed, no weight. Oh no, Kim, I'm so sorry to hear that. So are you gonna walk around like this and just do the one arm? You're gonna be real buff over here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Injuries are a bummer, but just keep doing what you're doing to keep the habits that you can do as what you're doing, right? Trudy's hi. We had a warm 82 degree yesterday in central Illinois. What? That's amazing, and I'm incredibly jealous. I'm dying. But I went outside today, you guys, and granted, like, because Aunt Flo's here and like everything's kind of suppressed and heavy and tired, like I said, but I had to go to the mailbox. I had to, because this is my video tomorrow. I have the Cultivate What Matters Wellness Journal, and it was in my mailbox. I had to go get it. And spoiler alert, I love it. I think it's great. And so I walked down to the mailbox and I walked back with my armful of mail and stuff. And by the time I got back, my lungs hurt from inhaling the cold wind. It was brutal. And I was like, in 3 days, it's supposed to be like 65. What the heck? I'm so jealous of the 80-degree days some people are having. Spring lipstick is hard. Everything is muted or cool toned. I think that's because it's a trend right now. I think muted and cool toned is a trend, but you gotta know where to look. Go to like an Ulta and look at all the vast colors because they're going to have something. Some brand somewhere is going to have something for you. Oh, lipstick sealer. I didn't even know that was a thing. I started Orange Theory. Kayla has been raving about her Orange Theory experience in our Patreon Discord. And I think that's awesome. I go on vacation next week and I have Friday off. That's so many highs. I love that for you. I really do. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. But no worries, back to cold and stormy today. Of course. It was just a fluke. General body image issues this week. I feel you. I feel you on that so hard. Trudy understands too. Yeah, I'm right there with you. My low with the weather is more that I have 4 to 5 tops that make me feel awesome and they're more long sleeve. You got to just go get yourself a couple in new spring. What's nice about the wardrobe conversion that you're doing is you can actually do, as long as it's, within your budget, what you did for winter and just like acquire a handful of one small shop a season. And I saw, what is it called? A module, I think, is what in Rise to Style Society we're taught in modules, and like how you should obtain like one module of clothes a season. And it's like, I think it's 2 bottoms, 3 tops, and a piece of outerwear, I believe, is the module. I could be wrong. But if you approach it that way, like maybe 1 pair of pants and 2 or 3 tops per season, then you've got a little something in your color season for each season. 4-day weekend and massive family gathering last Saturday. I love that. Hi, Lindsay. Oh, Lindsay's trouble for me because every time I speak to this lovely, lovely woman, and she and I Marco Polo back and forth, she spends my money in some way and somehow. She spends my money. She's the one who got me turned on to iodine. She's the one who got me turned on to James Smith, the guy who originally talked about like fat loss and cycle and like within your cycle and how it's different. She started it for me. She started that whole thing that turned into cycle syncing and blah, blah, blah. And this week she influenced me to order athletic greens. I'll let y'all know. Low work stress and crap energy and tons of freezing rain. Oh, that is not a stellar combination either. No, how on earth could this rebel be trouble? This rebel is big trouble. Big trouble for me. Only, Lindsay, like, honestly, it's only trouble because I value your opinions and you have, like, and we end up on the same stuff and the same topic. And like, when you said something about AG1, I was like, funny, you should say that. That's already been on my mind. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I try to figure out what to even look for that fits my vibe. That's my favorite tops fill. Minimum shopping since I'm saving up for my style appointment. Yeah, so that, I mean, there's no harm in wearing what you got. Wear what you got that. Blushing. I love it. All right, my friends. So Q&A time. As per usual, if you, my friends that are live in the chat, have any topics, any questions, anything you want me to talk about, please don't hesitate to interrupt, ask the questions, all of that jazz. But today, I'm going to go into Instagram first and see what the Instagram questions are. But all of the questions that I have pre-programmed in here, like I said earlier, I asked ChatGPT for. So these are all computer AI generated questions based on the prompts of ask me questions to get to know me better, ask me 25 random questions. What are 10 questions you would ask a weight loss coach? And what are 10 questions you would ask a wellness coach? I don't have all like 50 questions that it gave me. I chose some from each of the categories, but I thought that would be like, as I was waiting for questions to come in, I was like, I wonder, does ChatGPT do this? And it does. I just thought it was so interesting. Yes. Oh, I know I made the choices, but I'm influenced. I have told my husband many times, because he's a businessman, right? And works in retail. I was like, I'm a marketer's dream. I'm absolutely a marketer's dream. Because I am influenced. I'm influenced by pretty packaging. I'm influenced by the right kind of reviews. I'm influenced by all of it. But as an influencer in and of myself, I am most highly influenced by people that I trust vouching for a product, which is how I hope you guys respond too, right? In this day and age, I hope you would find more value in me saying a product is awesome than a magazine saying a product is awesome, right? Because that's just the day and age that we live in. Lindsay is one of the people whose opinions I value very greatly. Therefore, if she vouches for something, the odds are much higher that I'm going to try it than if like someone else is vouching for something. You know what I mean? Clothes are incredibly difficult. They are. They really, really are. But sidebar, I'm wearing this pair of pants. You guys, if you followed my jeans journey on Instagram, I'm wearing the pair from Target and I love them. They're kind of mom jean-esque, I think, maybe possibly, but I think they're so stinking comfortable that I have literally been wearing jeans all week instead of my yoga exercise pants because these are comfortable. Who knew? Way to go, universal thread at Target. Seriously. Get a couple of short sleeve tops to feel nicer than basic tees. Yep. Have you tried, Lissa, like a place like a Goodwill or a thrift store and things like that? That could be a place to look. Also places like Marshall's and TJ Maxx. Torrential rain. Oh my goodness. Things are looking up. Good. So loud and clear. Yes. Okay. So let's head over to Instagram for the questions. All right. Let's see. That's a long answer. Okay. Let's start with, do you get many steps on the days you can't leave the house? Yes, when I make the choice to do so. It is very easy on days like today. You want some full transparency, y'all? Do you want some full transparency? I have 4,500 steps, 496 to be exact. At 7:22 p.m. on a day that I have been home, but so tired that I've been sitting at my computer all day. I have filmed a video, edited and uploaded, and thumbnailed and info boxed and all of it, 2 videos as well. So like I'm killing it on the productivity today in terms of computer stuff, but I have been so tired that I just haven't left my chair, and so I only have 4,500 steps today. And then I think I have 1,000 steps thanks to my QB steps. I don't count them as steps, but like I've been rolling on my QB while I've been doing things today too, which is my underdesk elliptical for those of you that don't know. So I've been moving, but terrible movement today. Terrible. However, on regular days when I'm at home, I don't leave the house except to really go to the grocery store and stuff, or the one day a week that I randomly leave the house to go to a Bible study or things like that. So all of my days, the other day, yesterday, I think I got 12,000 steps without working out. I have not worked out at all this week. So yes, I can get the steps in. It's easy as long as I make the choice to do it. As long as I'm active and I get up and I move and I clean and I do chores and I go downstairs on the elliptical for 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever the case may be, I can get the steps in. It's just the conscious choice whether or not to do it. What is I have multiple questions from this person. Daily routine, favorite stores, skin and hair care routine. I feel like those are really long-winded answer questions. Daily routine, get up, coffee, journaling, Bible studying, typically working out, doing some chores, filming some videos, or doing some sort of content coaching, whatever work is for that day. More cleaning, cooking dinner, hanging out with my husband, going to bed is kind of my routine for the day. My skincare it has been varying up. You'll see in an upcoming vlog that I just got a PR package from a skincare company, which was super, super sweet of them. So I've been dabbling in some other products, but my skincare on a daily is in the morning, cleanser, toner, vitamin C serum, moisturizer. In the evening, if I wear makeup, it's cleansing balm, cleanser, toner, nighttime serum, moisturizer. I throw in facial masks and stuff throughout the week. Hair care routine I've actually gotten into lately. So it's all Loma hair care, right? Like that's my jam. That's my love. Loma is my brand. lomabeauty.us, I think is their website. So that's that. And my favorite stores for what? My favorite stores for what? Because I have favorite stores for everything. I mean, I obviously shop at Target all the time. I love for clothes. I love White House Black Market. And I'm starting to really enjoy Loft as well. Those are 2 places that I really like to go for clothes. Favorite stores, Ulta, Sephora. For cookies, it's Crumble Cookies, obviously. I mean, favorite stores is so subjective. I'm a girl who likes to shop. And if I will walk into a store and just like it could be a brand new clothing store I've never seen before. I just like to window shop. It is something that I love to do. So I do not necessarily discriminate on what store it is, you know? So those are my Instagram questions, y'all. Those are my Instagram questions. Oh my, I may need to check those jeans out. Jeans are never my friend. I like never ever wear them. Okay, I'm gonna hang on, ready? Are you ready? Check these out, y'all. Like, do they not look, they don't look bad, right? Like, they're good. They're good. And they are like higher rise. Check this out. Look at this. Like high rise. Girl don't need a belt with these jeans. And they're real comfy. They're not too tight. Their fabric is super stretch or whatever. But like, I don't know. I love them. And they have another pair that I didn't order, but I tried on in the store. And the size that I tried on was a little bit too big and they didn't have my size. But they were like these, are these? No, they're not in my cart anymore. Shoot. They're high rise, skinny flare. So like they're tapered, but they have the flare. And they look real cute and they're real great if you like a high rise. I've typically done medium or mid-rise jeans, but the high rise I've noticed solves the problem that I have in that I have hip dips. Do y'all know what hip dips are? Does anybody else here have hip dips? Do you know what I'm talking about? Stand back up. You're seeing all sorts of, oh wait, let me get rid of Trudy's thing here. And the Q&A thing, for heaven's sake. High and lows. Okay. So hip dips, right, is like this section of, it's like, here's my love handle area, right? Got to stay straight. Do you see how my body goes in right here? It goes whoop, and then it comes back out. This is a hip dip. This hip dip and this muffin top area is the reason pants don't stay on my body. because when they're like hanging out like just above the love handle area, if they so much as move a little bit, they will go right into the hip dip. Everything defaults to the hip dip. And so with mid-rise jeans, while I really like the way that like it'll cover the areas I need it to cover, it is susceptible to the hip dip issue. Whereas this slightly higher rise jean is not susceptible to the hip dip. And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. So yeah, you should try them. Universal Thread. They were $28 and they were worth it. It was more expensive than buying new at Walmart. Oh, okay. Well, then go to the places that are cheaper, brand new. Tops isn't specific enough. No, it's not. If you could live on a different planet, which would you choose? Pluto, because I feel that it is unfair that he is no longer considered a planet. So I'll go be his friend. Hey, Pluto! I didn't even see your answer, Lisa. That's funny. Pluto is absolutely my answer. I didn't even realize you guys were responding that answer too. I would do Pluto because I feel bad that he was taken away from the solar system. Poor Pluto. Oh my God. I love it. Oh my gosh. I love it so much. Comfy is good. I don't like them digging in my midsection. No, they really don't. They're like, I've been sitting in them all day. And as long as you buy the right size, like don't try and squeeze into them. It'll be fine. Guess I have that hip dip. I think a lot of people have the hip dip. It's something about like the way the tendons pull on the like because you can't work that out. It's literally the hip dip is to the bone. It's my skin and my bone. There ain't no fat there. So like I kind of wish like the fat would redistribute itself a little bit and even out the hip dip, but there's nothing you can do to get rid of the goofy hip dips. It's dumb. It's one of the most frustrating parts of my body, and that's saying a lot considering the fact I can't lift my arms over my head. I'm more frustrated by my hip dips than my arms. Literally buy almost all my jeans from eBay. I've only worn baggy shorts for the last 5 years. My father likes baggy shorts too. Fellow CMTer. The aliens are going to eventually come here and take revenge. Yeah, poor Pluto. What did he do to deserve that? Poor Pluto. All right. Let's go ahead and dive into some of these other questions. Again, if you have one you'd like to ask, much like Andy just did, which was a great question, by the way, feel free to pop them in the chat. And I'm just going to keep on going. What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? So I don't know how many of you know this, although those of you that come to my live stream tend to be my diehards. So you probably already know this. I used to have a beauty YouTube channel. I had lofty aspirations back in like 2010, 2011 ish. 2010, 2011 to be a beauty YouTuber. That is how I found YouTube. I Googled how to curl your hair with a flat iron. That's literally what brought me to Blair Fowler's YouTube channel. And that day I discovered beauty YouTubing. And I was obsessed. I watched YouTube all day. Whenever I was home, whenever I wasn't at work, I was perusing YouTube. And keep in mind that in 2011, YouTube was much, 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 much smaller in terms of content creators than it is now, right? So after a while of watching all of this beauty stuff and getting influenced by all of this beauty stuff, I kind of realized like, hey, I'm pretty good on camera. Hey, I'm pretty charismatic and I like this stuff and I'm knowledgeable about this stuff. I could do this stuff too. And so that whole side of things was born, and it, not gonna lie, it wasn't very good. It was not good. It was just me and my cheap built-in webcam in my bright green wicked colored bedroom in my parents' house. And so it wasn't stellar, but I started it. And then I stepped away, lost all of my weight, and came back came back. I don't even know how long later it was, and came back, and then I kind of escaped again because then I got engaged and like all these major life changes happened. And then Diva and the Divine was born in the midst of that. My husband is actually what named Diva and the Divine. And Diva and the Divine started as a blog, and then it regrew into a YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, I should start that again. And again, it started as like, let me just showcase, this like juice cleanse I'm doing, or this Birchbox haul, or thing. Like, it was a lot of Birchbox hauls and subscription box unboxings and things like of that nature. And then occasionally, like, and all of my vlogs from when we lived in Japan are on there. So it was a hodgepodge of just an opportunity for me to put stuff in a place under the same name as my blog. And then I posted some video about Weight Watchers, and that took off. And it's, as with like when you create a new YouTube channel, sometimes you just got to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. And Weight Watchers is what stuck, so that's what I went with. And that's how things grew and escalated to what it turned into today. How do you stay upbeat all the time? I love this question. I really love this question. So I think there's a big difference. And I think people tend to misconstrue my positive attitude with being literally happy all the time. I am not happy all the time. I am grumpy sometimes. I'm sad sometimes. I'm angry sometimes. I do experience the negative emotions, but I think there's a difference between happiness and like deep seated joy, right? And here's the honest to goodness answer. There's two things that have me in an overall generally positive mindset all the time. One, I was raised that way, not by my father. My father is a grumpy old man, but my mother was very, very good. Like in my whole family, we used humor to cope with my disease, right? I couldn't move. I really struggled as a kid. I don't remember the struggle. I really don't. Which is a blessing, I guess. I don't remember not being able to move. I remember having a hard time, but I don't remember the time that I couldn't move a muscle in my body. But my mom had two choices, right? She could either be devastated and down and negative about this disease, or she could be like, well, this kid has this disease. We got to learn to live with it. So my family used humor, and we were just like, it was never a bad thing that I was disabled. It was never a disability that I was disabled. It was just a fact of life, and we learned to live and we learned to cope, and it was fine. And we used humor, right? To like one of the phrases in my family's house is hire the handicapped, they're fun to watch, right? And so like, and then that's anytime one of us was struggling to do something, open a Ziploc bag, open whatever, my dad would hire the handicapped, they're fun to watch. And then of course he'll turn around and not be able to do something, so I'll shoot right back at him, that kind of thing. And so like, it was humor. We like, why be negative around something that is inevitable, right? Like, if there's no sense spending your life that way. So there's that. I was raised that way, but also, and this is the honest to goodness truth, it is my faith in Jesus Christ. I've got something awesome coming. I've got something awesome coming. um, when I go to heaven and get to be all renewed in this body that uh, all of the pain is gone, all of the disability is gone, all of it's gone, right? I have that to look forward to, and I have the joy of being able to live in that every single day. And when you think about what's to come, what's happening now doesn't matter so much, right? I also have the firm belief, because of my faith, I have the firm belief that I was given this disease for a reason. I was given these struggles for a reason. And maybe sometimes I don't know what they are. And it could be this YouTube channel. This could be the reason I have CMT. I have a couple of videos on this channel that has made huge connections for people with CMT, that has made people with my disease feel seen and heard and not alone, and given them hope. And I'm like, maybe this is the reason I have this disease. I don't know. But whatever I do know is that I was given it for a reason, and there's a plan for it. So again, how can I be down about that? How can I be down about that? You know, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. If you had to start again today, what would you focus on? YouTube, Instagram, blog, etc.? That's a great question. That's a really great question. And it's hard to come at that from an unbiased perspective, because my gut instinct says YouTube. Because I like YouTube. I like longer form content. I like watching it. I like YouTube. The blog, like part of me would say the blog too, because the blog had some good things going for it. I really need to get back on that. I really, really do. And I say that every month, and I just don't do it because there are just not enough hours in the day. And it kills me that there are not enough hours in the day, but there's just not enough hours in the day. And but Instagram sometimes seems most simple. So it depends what you're solving for. If you had to start again today, I would probably still do YouTube, because YouTube is what inspired me to get started to begin with. So YouTube is my, like, it's just, I love it. I love YouTube. It's a lot of work, but I love it. For simplicity's sake, I would either do Instagram or the blog, because YouTube is also the most work. Instagram can be done with lesser work. It's still a lot of work when you got to perfectly curate everything. And Reels now is a whole thing that drives me crazy, that's apparently the thing you need to grow. But that would be like my choice. If you wanted to keep it simple, I would do a blog and an Instagram associated with it. Almost 2 years. You disappeared and then came back nearly 2 years later, then disappeared again almost 10 years ago. I've always had a PO box, Andy. It's down in the description box of the video. Scroll down to the bottom. It says something like "send me mail" or something like that, and the PO box is there. I'm afraid to edit video. Part of me thinks I should do a YouTube podcast and turn that into a blog. You can do whatever you want, and there's no rule that, especially when you're starting, like, depending on what you want to do. If you just want to sit down and talk for 10 minutes, there's no rule that says you have to do all of this crazy editing stuff. My sit down videos get edited to eliminate the blips, the oopsies, the repeating of myself, and my sometimes even like my breathing. Truthfully, like I'll sometimes eliminate pauses that are like really audible, you know. But there's nothing that says that you can't even do, like, if you want to go on YouTube, Rosie, here's a really easy way to do it. If you don't want to edit, live stream. I literally, how many times in the duration of that you guys have known me, have I hopped on and done a live stream video because I didn't have an edited video to go up that day? And I was like, well, got to put something up on my channel. I'll just go live for half an hour. You can do that. You can create an entire channel out of that if you really wanted to. I don't know the stats on how successful that would be over a channel that's edited and whatnot. But if you wanted a place to start and you didn't want to have to edit, hit the go live button, sit in front of the camera and talk about something for a few minutes, you know? I used to blog. Once I found video, it was a game changer. Process my thoughts so much faster. My recipes are easier to show versus type out. Yeah, and I hear that. And what's funny about my blog is, apparently I've never considered myself to be a writer. And then once I started blogging, actually everyone was like, you're actually a really good writer. And I was like, I'm a terrible writer. I've never been a writer. Like, writing's never been my jam. But as an actor, I definitely, like, my character does not come across in the blog like it does in video, you know? 0 people would come. You gotta start somewhere. My first video had 0 people too. I mean, actually, I don't know how many views it has now, but it's not much. You want me to make you feel better? Here. I'm going to go right now and I'm going to look at the very first video that I posted on this channel. This is what we're gonna do. Ba, ba, ba. My first video was posted on, oh, that's a terrible example. Okay. My December Birchbox video, which is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th video, because I had clever videos as my first video. In case you're wondering, my first video, this is very on brand for me, is my 2014 review of my Erin Condren Life Planner, Gold Edition. That was my first life planner. I got it for my birthday early because, late. I got it late because it was ordered for my birthday. But that was a terrible example because my first video has 5,000, almost 600 views. My second video has 8,500 views, but these were all very strategically named videos. My first random, this is Brianna's channel video, I have 41 views, 38 views. And that's reminding you that this video has been on my channel since January 2014. This video that has 38 views. It's been sitting there for 10 years almost, and it has 38 views. You got to start somewhere. Don't you need 1K to go live? Oh, maybe you do. I don't know. I've been on this platform for so long that none of that ever applied to me. It's entirely possible. Jennifer and Kathy, hello, ladies. Hi, good to see you. That might actually be completely true, Rosie. In which case, you just got to start putting stuff out there. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. Pick the platform that you think you will be able to be most consistent with. That's the key. And do that. Okay? Oh, let's see. Next question. What is something you've always wanted to learn or try but haven't had the chance yet? I don't know. I've always wanted to try my hand at chocolatiering and not at home baking, but pastry stuff, like the fancy schmancy. I've always wanted to try the fancy schmancy. What else is then something I've wanted to learn or try? I mean, I started crocheting, watercolor painting and drawing has always been something I've wanted to be able to do, but I'm convinced that I'm terrible at it because my finger dexterity, it's not so good. My handwriting is that of a 2-year-old. It's awful. You should see my journals. If I showed you guys my morning pages, you wouldn't be able to read them. You literally could not even snoop on my morning pages because the handwriting is abysmal. But it's fine because it's just a brain dump, so I can write it all out and get it out of my head. But I'd have to say it's drawing or painting, or real fancy baking. I need to sort out work-life balance and then get brave. Yes, all of those things are solid priorities because you just got to get brave and put yourself out there. You'll never know until you put yourself out there. But I can tell you this, if you don't make the video, you're never going to have a channel that grows. You got to make the video. Don't worry, all first videos suck. My videos have sucked for years and years and years. I've rarely seen anyone see anything I post on social, just part of how things are. The exception is Julie. Julie is a very loyal subscriber. When she subscribes to you, she likes all of your stuff, comments on your stuff. She's wonderful to have around. Only regret I had my YouTube channel not starting it sooner. I thought about it in 2014, 15, and 16 and did it in 17. Wish I'd started sooner. There's never a good time or a brave enough time or a balanced enough time. This is true. This is legit. And this is what we talk about. Let's flip it back to weight loss because that's what everything's easier to explain in terms of weight loss. But the thing that people are saying now is don't wait until goal weight to buy the fancy dress, to go on the vacation, to ask the boy out or the girl out. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't wait until you're a certain size because spoiler alert, the size is not the thing that's going to make you happy, confident, blah, 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 blah. Right? The same goes for anything that you're trying to do, right? Spoiler alert, there's never going to be a work-life balance because work-life balance doesn't exist. It does not exist. It's more like a scale. It's more like a scale of like some days you're doing less work and more life, and some days you're doing more life and or more, yeah, more life and less work, more work, less. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So Lindsay's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Couldn't make videos, and some people can't, and some people don't want to, and that's completely okay. The bottom line is um, if you have a desire to get your voice out there in some way, find the medium that works best for you and do it. Eh. If you could do any, I'm assuming this is supposed to be martial art. What would you do, Brie? As somebody who knows practically nothing about martial arts, I don't know. Part of me says karate because it's like something that I kind of know. But also Jordan Syatt makes a really good case for jujitsu. Again, knowing absolutely nothing about it, but he makes a really, really great case for it and how the discipline and all the things, right? So I don't know. We never did because we were both anxious perfectionists. Yeah, you can't be a perfectionist. I like to be very supportive of people, and you are so supportive of people. Julie, I don't know if you watched your check-in. I don't know if you checked comments, but please send me your address because you won one of my Erin Condren giveaways. I know you're listening to me right now, so I'm going to tell you to your face. Send me your address, please. Shoot it to me over Voxer. Which Olympic sport would you want to learn? Okay, so I have always wished that I could either do figure skating or gymnastics. How basic girly am I? But truly, because the skill and the strength and the poise and the grace that these performers have, and I have no interest in like hockey or skiing or I mean, swimming would also be good because swimmers are fit. Swimmers are real fit, real lean, real so swimming maybe too. But I think if I had physical ailments aside, if I could do an Olympic sport, it would be gymnastics or figure skating. Good question. By the end of April, I will have 2 videos out. I love it. I love it. Please do it because April ends in 25 days. You can do it. We'll do it after. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure you saw it because I'm not convinced you've seen either of the other things. I know, I'm so basic. So the logical answer, do you want to know the logical answer? Curling. That's the logical answer. My husband was obsessed with watching curling in the last Olympics. And it was funny because I was like, oh, is this actually a sport I could do? And probably not because I'm terrified of the idea of walking on ice. But logically, of all the sports that ever sported in the Olympics, that would probably be the one I could do. Life changing. She put on weight, got over her. Yeah. Studies in the martial arts. I hear there you end up with great discipline. Like it's really good for you to be in martial arts. The biathlon, cross country skiing with target shooting. Nice. Love that. Let us know, Rosie, so we can watch. Look at that. Rosie, if you put videos out, you will get views. Why? Because this community will show up for you and go watch your videos. Jennifer said it herself. Look at that. Curling. Oh, that's right. Julie's been curling. Yeah, that would probably be logically, that would be my my choice. We've loved curling. Yeah, I don't even know how my husband started it, but like he just turned it on one day and that was the sport. That was the sport that he watched the entire Olympics. And it was interesting because there's strategy behind it. That's why he liked it, because it was strategy and he really liked listening to them talk it out about what approach they were going to take. So yeah. There are good questions. They're all heavy hitters. This was from the heavy hitting section of of the GPT questions. Looking back on your life so far, what is something you are most proud of getting to where I am today? The fact, if you would have looked at me 20 years ago, how old was I 20 years ago? 16, and said your primary objective is going to be you're married to a great guy, awesome, and he's bringing home the bacon, great, and the thing that you do for your living is nutrition coaching and you have a health and wellness YouTube channel. If you would have told me that, I would have been like, you're hilarious. I am a disabled body. Why in the name of goodness would I be doing health and fitness related things? That makes no sense. And so the fact that like that's kind of where I ended up is just mind-boggling and crazy to me. And the fact that I got here. I did the things. I have a degree in theater. I was 2 classes shy of a dance minor with this disability. Just like all those little things. So many. We're trying to get her to start one, Lori. We're trying to get her to start the channel. That's what we're encouraging her to do. Here we go. Here's a good one. How do you motivate your clients who are resistant to making lifestyle changes? This is a loaded question. But honestly, the way that I get them motivated, because I at first talk over things with them before they even sign on the dotted line, right? And let me be very clear. Sometimes none of the techniques work. Sometimes people sign up for coaching either not knowing what they're getting themselves into, or they sign up for coaching expecting that hiring the coach is going to fix the thing and not realizing that they still have to work to fix the thing, right? It's not my job to fix the thing. It's your job to fix the thing. I'm just there to guide you through it sort of situation. So sometimes I can harp on them, I'll be like, hey, where's your this? Where's your that? I try to be encouraging. I try to be supportive. I try to meet them where they're at. I try to lean into the whole, like, it's progress over perfection. It's not about how many times you eat off plan or do whatever, but it's how we learn to come back from that. And there have been people who, like, that's the thing they needed to learn. It's okay to fall off the wagon as long as you get back up again. And that solves things for them. Sometimes I have to sit down with them and have just the real conversation of like, look, you're paying me money and you're wasting your money and my time by not showing up and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing in order to reach your goals. And I can only do so much. Sometimes we have to have the come to Jesus heart to heart type of thing, right? Okay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. I'm so glad you were able to come. So it depends on the person. It really depends. Sometimes we set different goals. Sometimes we have to change things around. Sometimes it's just a matter of accountability. And I check in with people more frequently and be like, hey, did you do that thing? Hey, did you do that thing? Hey, did you do that thing? How are we doing on the food today? I looked at your tracker, it's like sometimes I'm like the needier coach. Sometimes I'm the more strict coach. Sometimes I'm just the honest come to Jesus moment coach. And every person has different needs. So you got to cater those needs to the individual. Does that make sense? This was from the GPT question of give me questions you would ask a wellness coach or a weight loss coach. What advice would you give someone who wants to make a lifestyle change but doesn't know where to start? My advice would be to start small and do not try and make all of the changes all at once. Why? Because you will burn out. You absolutely will burn out. So taking health and weight loss, for example, what are smaller changes you can make rather than, dropping 600 calories out of your day and completely eliminating sugar and carbs and drinking a gallon of water and getting 15,000 steps and working out for 90 minutes, 7 days a week. Like, there's got to be a little bit of gray area and middle ground there, right? So what can you do instead? Maybe you can set a slightly higher water goal. Start where you're at and set slightly higher goals. If you only drink 30 ounces of water a day, asking you to drink 100 is too much to start. So can you drink 50 instead? Or can you drink 38 or 40 if you're only at 30? Can you increase something a little bit? If you only get 4,000 steps a day, can you bump it up to 5 or 6.5? You don't have to go straight to 10 to 12,000, right? If you are somebody who's trying to cut back on the junk food, maybe you can start with it's like not picking up any new things at the grocery store or picking up only one treat when you go to the grocery store. Like, it's one box of cookies or one, whatever the case may be, instead of bringing home 7, right? Little changes over time are going to take you a lot further than trying to make all of the big changes and burning out after 4 days. Trust me, I've been there, done that. Not fun. For weight loss, my idea is to track. Don't change anything, just track. Yes, That's also true. It's really important, and this is how I start with my coaching clients too. It's really important that you meet yourself where you're at. You need to work with the version of yourself that you are now in order to become the version you want to be. You have to put the person that you want to be, put that person in your sights and start to act like that person. Yes. But you also have to meet yourself where you are now, right? If I wanted to be an Olympic grade gymnast, right? I need to start acting like the gymnast, but I'm not going to have the skills of that gymnast right away, right? So starting knowing where you're at is super super important. I can't tell you how many people I calculate macros for when I ask them how many calories they eat. They're like, I have no idea. And I'm like, that's really not helpful to me because I don't know if you're overeating or undereating or you're actually on target. I have no idea. So it's a great point. For one of the first things you can do is to track your food where you're at now for a week or two. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. And just so you know. Because what if you're not actually overeating? What if you're actually undereating? What if blah blah blah, You'll never know until you get yourself the data, right? I should be deleting these questions as I ask them. Do 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 do. Oh, this is an easy one. Do you prefer sweet foods or savory foods, and why? While I love my savory foods, and I'm a big fan of very certain savory foods, sweet foods are my downfall and my love and my everything, and always will be. That just, is what it is. What is the most memorable concert or live performance you have ever seen? So shocker of shockers, it's a musical, right? One of the okay. There's several. So the life-changing, if I had to pick one life-changing musical that I have seen, because like concerts, I've been to some not even live. I've been to like virtual Josh Groban concerts. I've been to an Idina Menzel concert. I've been to like a couple of Christian concerts, but I've never been to like a Kiss concert or a Taylor Swift concert. I've never been to anything like that. We do musicals in my family. But when I was 8 years old, I saw Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in the national tour, or I guess it was the Canada. I saw Donny Osmond, and I was 8 years old. And that is literally the musical that made me go, hey, musicals are really cool, and I want to do them. It was that show. It was that show. So that kind of memorable. When I was 17, it was a year that I couldn't come up with anything that I wanted for my birthday. So I was like, I want to go see The Lion King. The Lion King is in town. The Lion King is one of the best musicals you will ever see. It is so cool. It is so cool to watch. It is so powerful to watch. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So that one was really powerful. And then Wicked. In the first time I saw Wicked, out of like the 9 times I've seen it, the first time I saw it in New York City on Broadway with Idina Menzel as Elphaba on my 18th birthday, or for my 18th birthday. So a year after the Lion King one. And it was just so good. Rosie, yes. Hamilton's a great show. Hamilton's a great show. My world was shook by music theater long before Hamilton. So that's not like my life-changing show, but Hamilton is an exceptional piece of theater. It really, really is. It's so good. It's so good. Let's see. These are all, oh my gosh, it's 7:59. How did that even happen? It's already 7:59. All right, so we'll end on this one, and then I will just save these for next time. What is your favorite board game or card game to play? So I have a couple. Our favorite in general as a couple is the game Munchkin. We love it. We have like 5 or 6 iterations of it. We introduce it to anybody willing to play a game that nerdy with us, and everybody who we've shown it to has loved it. My family loves it. His family, most of his family loves it. It is a great, fun, and hilarious game. So Munchkin is one of our all-time favorites. And then we started playing this with my grandparents, and I did not realize how hot the market was for this game. I had no idea, but we found it in my grandparents' closet when we were over there one day, and we started playing it. And now every time we visit, a couple nights that we're there, we play Rummy Cube. And it's the game with the tiles. and because all of us know how to play it. And so it's the game that I play with my grandparents, and we love it. We've been having a great time with it. And so we bought it and brought it to Florida. So now his parents know how to play it. So we played Rummy Cube and had a great time. His sister liked it. And then I brought it up at Bible study, and like at least half of the people at Bible study were like, "Oh, I love Rummy Cube. That's a great game." So I was like, it's I did not know that it was such like a wow game that everybody liked to play. It's the concept is easy, but you still really have to think about it sometimes. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So we love it. And it's like 16 or $17 at Target. Like it's a great game. It is up to 4 players. You can play it 2 players through 4 players. So if you need a game that's number centric, Rummy Cube is the way to go, y'all. Rummy Cube is the way to go. Okay. So I'm going to delete that question, and I'm going to have to go through and delete the other ones that I answered. But solitaire and bananagram. See, I don't love word games. My husband is a pro at word games. I'm not. I'm a numbers girl, not a word girl. So, okay. It is 8 o'clock. Before y'all leave, I do want to give you the announcement that I should have given you at the beginning, and I did not. But for the next 2 Wednesdays, I'm actually going to have no live stream because we are going to be doing the crazy travel thing and family stuff, and we're doing his grandfather's funeral and all of that stuff. So I just want to make sure that I'm available for whatever it is that needs to happen and all of that. So for 2 weeks, I know y'all are going to miss me, but for 2 weeks, there will be no live stream. Okay. It's just how it's going to be, unfortunately. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll be back in action, and it'll be great. So that's my little announcement for that. But thank you for hanging out with me today so much. If y'all get your hands on a Ninja Creamy, send me your pictures, send me your recipes. I want to know. If you guys go to Crumble this week, send me your pictures, tag me in them, whatever, and let me know that you had a carrot cake or lemon bar cookie on my behalf. All right. And thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it as always. I find a lot of joy in this hour of just sitting and chatting with you guys. So take care, and I will see you in 3 weeks then, I suppose. Have a good one.